We're going to explain the dreaded fatal couldn't find remote ref/head/master git error. This error usually pops up when you try to fetch or pull changes from a remote repository, and it essentially means Git can't find the master branch on that remote. Don't panic. It's usually fixable. Let's go through the most common causes and solutions. 1. The master branch has been renamed. This is the most frequent reason. Many projects have transitioned from master to a more inclusive name like main or develop. To check, try logging into your repository's hosting service like GitHub, GitLab, or Bitbucket, and see what the default branch is named. If it's not master, you need to change your local Git configuration to point to the correct branch name. You can do this with the command git remote set URL origin, your _repository _URL. Replace your _repository _URL with your repository's URL, followed by git fetch origin and then git branch, uorigin/new _branch _name, new _branch _name. Replace new _branch _name with the actual name of the main branch. 2. Incorrect remote URL. Double-check that the URL you've added for the remote repository in your local Git is correct. A simple typo can cause this error. You can list your remote repositories using git remote vsev. If the URL is wrong, use git remote set URL origin correct _URL, replacing correct _URL with the actual URL. Always fetch after changing the URL with git fetch origin. 3. The remote repository doesn't exist. Sometimes the remote repository you're trying to connect to might have been deleted or is inaccessible due to network issues or permissions problems. Verify that the remote repository still exists on the hosting service and that you have the necessary access. 4. Network problems. A temporary network glitch could prevent Git from contacting the remote server. Try checking your internet connection and trying the command again after a few minutes. If you're behind a proxy, ensure your Git is configured to use it correctly. 5. Cloning a repository with a non-existent default branch. If you're cloning a repository for the first time, it's possible that the default branch doesn't exist yet, or there's a misconfiguration on the server side. Contact the repository administrator to confirm. 6. Stale remote information. Sometimes your local Git's knowledge of the remote is out of date. Try a forceful fetch with git fetch, prune origin. This command will remove any outdated branches from your local knowledge of the remote. Remember to always back up your work before making significant changes to your Git configuration or repository. If you've tried all these steps and still face the issue, providing more details about your situation, such as the Git commands you are using and the type of repository you're working with, will help in finding a more specific